is up, guys? Welcome back to Nerd Media. And I almost fell out of my chair, but I'm just really excited because this is my first movie review of 2025, which is going to be for the Henry Danger movie. And I've been very stoked for this. Henry Danger is my childhood. I've been very excited. And, all my movie reviews this year are going to be long form, and this is a great way to kick it off because I have a lot to say about it. So, stick around, watch my review for this. I'm not sure how many other people are going to be doing reviews for this movie, so if you're planning on watching it, stick around, listen to my thoughts, and maybe by the end of it you'll decide if you want to see it or not, but let's jump into the review. So for a lot of us, the last time we saw Henry was in Henry Danger in the finale. He's appeared in Danger Force a few times, but a lot of people like me, I don't think really watch that show. It has its fan base, but not a lot of the Henry Danger core fans really stuck around for that because I knew immediately I wasn't going to watch it because I was kind of worried at what they were going to do with it, and after the first episode they just kind of really ruined it. But regardless, we got the movie. I had high hopes for this movie, and it was kind of a really weird journey to get here because we didn't know about this movie up until 2 months ago, and they kept it very, very secretive for all of 2024. It was so secretive. We didn't know anything about it until November when they announced it, confirmed it. Then a month later we got the trailer, and now we're here with the movie. And when I sat down to watch it last night, I'm just going to say it right now, as a Henry Danger fan, I thought that it was really, really great and really fun because it has everything that the original show had. It has that great humor and that unique humor that Henry Danger has. It has great action sequences, which is definitely pushed forward with the budget that was given to this movie because the budget was not like anything that Nickelodeon has had before. It had the great comedy, great action, and it had great I don't know about emotional scenes, but they definitely had that emotion in there, and it definitely has at its core the heart and friendship that the Henry Danger show brought, and they kind of continue with that core theme of friendship in this film with Jasper and Henry. And I may go into spoilers in this video, by the way, but I mean, honestly, I don't know if you guys really care or not. I mean, it's a Henry Danger movie. It's not like I'm doing a spoiler review for Superman, but with Henry being in Dystopia, which by the way, I love those scenes and seeing what his life is like in Dystopia now. Because even if I think I saw a few clips from him being in Danger Force. We didn't see him in Dystopia and any of that, so it's really cool to kind of see what it was like for him there, and I really enjoyed that. And I think my only complaint I would have with this movie is I wish we spent more time there, but I really like the dynamic with Jasper and Henry, kind of Henry being more popular than Jasper, and kind of how that's kind of always been a theme with those two, especially in the earlier seasons, but kind of how that's very prominent now. And then Henry leaves Dystopia at the end of the film and lets Jasper have the spotlight in Dystopia. I think that was all really well done, and I love how that was kind of the main running story and main running theme for this movie because I think it worked really, really great. And honestly, I don't think they could have done a better story for that. Another thing that this movie nailed that the show totally nailed is the character dynamics. I mean, with the old and new characters, Henry and everybody, I forget the little girl's name who's kind of the second main character of this film, who is now kind of the Kid Danger to Henry, because I think that was a really cool kind of touch at the end. I noticed how she's kind of Henry's sidekick now, and it's kind of a full circle moment that we took us way too long and just forever to get to, and it was just so satisfying to see that finally happen and see her become his sidekick. I forget her name though. I think it's Missy's her name, and I thought that the dynamic that she had with not only Henry but everybody was done really well, and that's a big strength that I think that show had, and I'm really glad that that was actually carried over into the movie. Now, I will say that one of the big concerns I had for this movie was when they said that it was going to be kind of multiversal, and when that was kind of confirmed in November, I was very, very skeptical, and it did get me a little bit worried about the movie, but I shouldn't have been because, honestly, with how much multiversal stuff we've been getting from Marvel, DC, and Invincible even, and just comic book stuff in general, or superhero stuff in general, this was kind of done in a way where you don't think of the multiverse because they have this machine that Missy steals, and it takes them through her different stories that she's written, and I thought that was actually really cool, and I loved seeing that, how them be in the realities of her stories. I thought that was really smart and really cool, and it was a way to kind of be like, we're not doing the multiverse, but it's kind of similar, and I think that that was really cool and really fun. Um, and seeing Franchini, different versions of different characters, it was all really cool just to see the characters played, just be different kind of variations of them that we've seen before. But I think my favorite part of this movie is probably the character arc that Henry goes through, because you see him, he's kind of engulfed by the fame that he's gotten from Dystopia, and then he has to go on this journey just to realize that he hasn't really appreciated Jasper as much as he should have, and he does that by the end of the movie. And I thought that that was done really well. And there's a lot of things that were done really well in this movie, and that was definitely one of them. And yeah, I thought that that was done really well, and I really hope after that ending that we get a sequel, because spoilers. I mean, I've kind of already said some spoilers, but this is kind of like the biggest spoiler. At the end of the movie, when Henry and Missy are like fighting crime and they run into Captain Man, I don't think that that's the one from like the main timeline. I don't think, or well, actually, no, it is, because they didn't use that machine afterwards. And that ending with like him saying he needs Henry's help and stuff, I think that that was done really well. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's done really well, but because I'm not gonna say it's done really well until we see if they're gonna get a sequel or not, because that was a very clear setup for a sequel, and I'm not gonna be happy if in like a year from now we realize that we're not getting a sequel and they just put that in there for no reason. But they kind of have to do it now just because of that huge cliffhanger that they gave us. But overall, if you guys didn't see my letterbox, or if you weren't following my letterbox, go follow it. But I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. There were just a few things I wasn't too like overjoyed about. Like I said, I think that the movie definitely drags a little bit at the end. I think that like the whole, again, it would have been cooler if it wasn't a multiverse story, but I think that they handled it really well. What was the other thing I said? Oh, I think that we should have spent more time in Dystopia. But those are the only like 3 things I have with it. I can't really complain too much. I mean, it's a Henry Danger movie. We're just lucky that we actually got this movie and we got this thing. But I'm really happy with it. I think it was a great way to kick off 2025. And let me know in the comments below if you're going to watch it. It's probably going to be repeating on Nickelodeon, and it's on Paramount Plus. So if you guys want to watch it, go watch it. So first of all, thank you for watching to the end of this video. Second of all, hit the subscribe. And third of all, make sure to like the video and turn on notifications. And I hope you guys are ready for the rest of the 2025 movie reviews, because it's going to be a great year for movies, and it's going to be totally stacked this year. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.